let's look at the research. Let's look at really what's happening in our body when we do coffee enemas. So the big claim out there is that coffee enemas will increase glutathione levels, particularly in the liver. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant, really key part of phase 2 liver detoxification, by 600 to 700% when you do it. And that's because of these palmitate compounds that are in it that have been shown, when these palmitate compounds have been shown to increase glutathione. But there's actually no human studies that show that a coffee enema, right, coffee inserted rectally, will actually increase glutathione like that. So that's more hearsay. Obviously, there hasn't really been any studies to really look at it in great detail, or at least not well done studies. And so it's just something that you're going to hear, but we don't fully know if that is the case. However, what we do know is that the coffee enemas will dilate the bile ducts. So in our liver, in our gallbladder, we have bile ducts, which are basically vessels that bile flows through. Bile not only emulsifies fats and breaks down fats, but it also is how we move toxins out of the body. It's a key way we move toxins out. It's what gives our stool a brown color. And for many individuals, their bile ducts become very congested and they get back up in their bile flow. So their bile flow is not good or effective, and they're storing toxins and they're not excreting toxins effectively. So we know that coffee enemas will act to dilate those bile ducts. And now our body will be able to move bile more effectively and excrete more toxins through the system. Of course, it also sweeps out compacted feces that's in the colon, right? And that compacted feces is releasing all different types of endotoxins into our bloodstream and into our body. And so the fact that it's removing compacted feces in our colon and our large intestine, along with dilating those bile ducts, we know that there's going to be great health benefits to doing those things. And that's really the benefits that I could say are that we're going to get from doing coffee enemas. And so how do we do it? Well, we take 2 to 3 tablespoons of an organic ground coffee. And if you go on Amazon or something like that, you just look up coffee enema, right? And there's coffee enema kits out there. There's specific types of coffees that are out there that you can get. Always making sure that you're getting it organic, because we know coffee is one of the most pesticide sprayed plants out there. So if you're getting just any sort of conventional coffee, it might have a lot of chemicals on it. You don't want those chemicals being inserted rectally, because anything that you're moving in rectally actually gets into your bloodstream quickly. It doesn't have to deal with stomach acid and bile and all these types of things. It'll get into your bloodstream pretty quickly. That's why they'll do, in medicine and in natural health, they do suppositories, right? Compounds that kind of just go in rectally, right? And they just basically disperse rectally and they get right into the bloodstream, and that can have an immediate effect on your health. And so you want to make sure, for example, for sure that it's organic coffee, and you want to make sure the water you're using is well filtered, right? Distilled water is probably best, or reverse osmosis, but really good filtered water. So again, you're reducing the amount of chemicals and toxins that could be coming into your body rectally. So that's key. You take the little enema insert, you insert it, you're lying on your side, okay? Now, it's gonna feel more comfortable in the beginning lying on your left side, and that's because your colon is most relaxed, your system's relaxed that way. So if it's your first time, you might want to try lying on your left side and inserting the insert 4 to 6 inches up. However, I would recommend, if at all possible, to roll to your right side. And the reason why we want to roll to our right side is because of the way that our colon is. And so when we roll to our right side, it's going to allow for us to shoot up into the transverse part of the colon, and it's going to allow for a more effective enema experience overall. We're going to be able to hold it in longer, right? We're going to be able to retain it longer. We're going to be able to get rid of more compacted feces, because we're going to be able to get the water to flow through, the coffee to flow through a larger part of our large intestine. So that's key. Now, normally the ileocecal valve is closed, and that should help to, prevent a lot of coffee from getting up into the small intestine. But the actual process itself will cause a dilation in the bile ducts. The caffeine, the theobromide, the phenylalanine that's in there will actually help to cause the dilation of the bile ducts. So coffee doesn't travel up to the liver, right? It's actually just the caffeine and some of the compounds that are in the coffee that are getting into the bloodstream quickly. That's going to cause the dilation of the bile ducts. And so again, 4 to 6 inches, and you want to be able to retain it in there for roughly 12 to 15 minutes. That will give you the most powerful, effective coffee enema. So most people will keep a timer. And then of course at the end, boom, you go right to the stool and you let it out. So lying on your back and lying on your left side, it tends to be harder to hold, to retain the coffee enema in, as opposed to lying on your right side. And that's why lying on your right side is a preferred way of going about this. It also helps to, again, move the coffee enema or the coffee itself up further into the system so you get more lasting benefits.